Have you ever heard a celebrity say something so honest and so real that it completely stops you for a moment? That's exactly what Johnny Depp does in this interview. What he reveals about his life changes the way you see him. It almost makes you forget the fame, the movies, and the spotlight. It makes you see the man behind all of it. And if you've ever felt misunderstood, pressured, or judged by life, then you'll connect with what he says in a way that feels strangely personal. Today, we're going through the most powerful moments from what many fans call Johnny's most honest interview ever. He opens up about his childhood, his art, the pressure of fame, the mistakes he made, and the surprising rule he lives by now. And there's one emotional thing he says near the end that stays with you long after you hear it. So stay with me, because it's worth it. Johnny begins by talking about his childhood. And it isn't something he talks about lightly. He admits that he never really felt like he belonged anywhere. His family moved often, his parents argued, and he grew up in a house full of noise but somehow felt like the quietest person in the room. He shares something simple but powerful when he says, "Silence was my safe place." And if you've ever felt that being quiet is easier than trying to be understood, then you know exactly what he means. That moment hits harder than you expect, because it's not about being a celebrity, it's about being human. He then talks about how he found escape, not in acting, but in music. He picked up a guitar when he was 12. He didn't understand the chords at first. He just wanted to create a sound that matched what he felt inside. He even jokes that he wasn't trying to become a star. He was trying not to drown. That one line shows the humble, fragile side of him. For him, music and art were never about fame. They were about survival. They were the only things that made the world feel quiet. When he talks about Hollywood, you really start to understand the pressure he felt. Once he became famous, he says Hollywood created the Johnny Depp image. The mysterious heartthrob. The rebel. The cool outsider. All those labels people placed on him. And what's interesting is that he didn't like that version of himself. He didn't relate to it. He just wanted to be a quiet guy who liked sketching in notebooks and sitting in peaceful rooms. He says something that sticks with you: fame doesn't change you. Fame changes the world around you, and then you have to deal with it. And it's true. Sometimes people think they know him because of movies or headlines. But he reminds you that people only see the surface. They never see the whole story. Then he talks about his mistakes and the lessons he learned. He doesn't try to hide anything. He says he learned more from the bad days than the good ones. He mentions that his lowest moments showed him who his real friends were. The ones who stayed. The ones who didn't disappear when things got hard. And then he says something that reveals the real turning point of his life: "My children saved me. They didn't even know they were saving me." You can feel the emotion in that line. It shows what truly matters to him now. Every important decision he makes revolves around peace, art, and the people he loves. Even though this isn't a tutorial, Johnny ends up sharing life lessons without even trying. And these lessons almost feel like advice from someone who's lived multiple lives. One of his strongest messages is about protecting your peace. He says your energy is precious, and you don't have to let everyone into your world. If someone drains you or disrespects you, you can let them go without feeling guilty. He smiles and says, you don't owe everyone access to your life. And he's right. Sometimes peace is worth more than people. He also talks about art in a way that feels refreshing. He says that art doesn't have to be perfect. Art is honesty. You don't need to be the best at something. You just need to be real. Whether you draw, write, sing, or create anything at all, he says you should do it for yourself first. Not to impress the world. Then he shares something many people forget: don't let labels define you. People will always try to put you in a box. They'll create an image of who they think you are. But he says not to let that box close on you. Keep living in a way that feels honest to your soul. And his practical philosophy is simple. Surround yourself with people who bring calm, not chaos. Let your mistakes teach you instead of break you. Don't rush your healing, because time always reveals the truth. And most importantly, live in a way that feels right to you, not to the world around you. So before we end, let me ask you something. What's one life lesson you've learned the hard way? Share it in the comments. Your story might help someone who needs it. And if you want more emotional and inspiring insights from Johnny Depp, check out the next video. And if even one line in this narration felt real to you, consider liking, subscribing, and joining our community. It helps the channel grow and lets me bring you more stories like this. Thanks for listening. Stay kind, stay creative, and protect your peace.